What up, y'all? So wheat. What it do? Welcome back to the wheat field, y'all. Welcome to you. I need some color and gloss, y'all. Spirit gave us the download of surprisingly surprised. Yes, definitely got like tingle on the head on that. So somebody could get some surprising information. You could be pleasantly surprised by something. We do see, um, what were we getting ready to say? I don't know. Thank you to the Alpha and Omega, the A and O, for bringing a message. You're being called into service. It's coming through. Hey, look. And we didn't do the rising message today. We were kind of restful, so it's like we're doing a lunchtime message. We kind of just got off the phone with mom. Right? We just got off. She's asking for more cookies. Talking about asking receipts. She ate all her cookies yesterday. I just talked to her a few minutes ago. She told us, I said, Mom, how many cookies you have left? She was like, let me check the bag. She said, I got 1.5 cookies left. I think I'm going to just go ahead on and eat them. All of a sudden, I hear her chewing and munching. I'm like, Mom, she was like, those cookies were great. I said, we were thinking about starting a cookie company. So, yeah. You say, so it's still your rising message. You know what? It's all relative. It's rising time somewhere, right? And if you are just rising, welcome. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. Welcome to the Tears of Wheat Tarot Show, where you show enough, never know what you gon' get. I can't even get it out. Thank you to being. It's something with communication. There is communication coming, and for somebody, it's going to be surprisingly good communication. Is what I'm getting, because we could not get that out, right? Testimony to tarot, we did get a surprising message. The government issues, you know what I mean, does affect a lot of people in a lot of different ways. I work for a company that contracts. So there's a lot of things that are affected because of the furlough, because of how long the shutdown was. And, we were just praying that everything would go well. And even though I think they struck a deal, the funding changes could still have an impact on a lot of people. And it's been a series of nervousness and uncertainty. Like, we really don't know what's going to happen. So we just keep our head down every day and do what we need to do. Provide value, right? When you provide value, you create value. Then you create opportunities and pathways. So lo and behold, I got a call from a senior director who pitched an idea for us to become an independent contractor, essentially creating a pathway for us to create our own business. So the professional services that we provide, we would be able to offer them under our own brand and contract those services out as independently, and we can bid and negotiate, and we can work with multiple companies. I mean, because we would have that flexibility. And so we literally would just, I mean, it's still a certain, sense of uncertainty, and it's a lot to learn and think about it. I'm trying to keep myself contained and not like allow the overthinking to take over. And started to reach out to people who I know that are in that realm, like independent contractors, or sole proprietorship or limited, liability businesses, and learn as much as I can to see if that's an opportunity that's viable. Everything has its pros and cons. So we just have to wait it out and see what it's gonna go, where it's gonna go. No more grifters. Is that what you're saying? More NGO grifters? Are you a grifter? Is that what you're saying? Are you identifying yourself, Hamilton St. Ives? I don't know what that means. It's kind of an odd statement to kind of jump into a live and say, more NGO grifters. What is NGO? I'm not for sure. But it's weird though, right? Because if you listen to the content, it's definitely like, I know, right? What the hell is he even talking about? Nobody knows. Um, we're talking about, opportunities that surprise you, like surprisingly surprised. We were surprised, like, what? We are just thinking about, our little W 2 and, our opportunity to stay underneath a business, a company, and, like just keep things going on, do provide value, and pray everything will work out well. And lo and behold, the value that we're creating, you know, has the people that I support and provide service to thinking about ways, being very creative, where we can continue to work together and get open a pathway for us to start our own business. We were like, I didn't even think. So it's like one of those things that surprises you when you find out that other people are thinking about you in a certain capacity. Your name being brought up in rooms that you're not even in. They consider you, they think about you, your service, the value you provide, in a way to extend it, to grow it, expand it. You know what I mean? Like, you just never know how people will be looking at you or thinking about you. So, again, always keep your mind set on providing value. See, it's some sort of transformation or transition here. What was could be ending so something new can begin, an ending and a new beginning. And it could definitely be a very surprising new beginning. It could be a shock ending. Because, like we were, like, if we continue to put the value in and create the value, then it will create an avenue. Hopefully, what we hope to stay and do what we're doing with the team that we're with. And we could probably still do it. It could be different, like the vehicle of how we provide it, but that vehicle could provide more flexibility and more opportunity by allowing us to establish our own business. So, how about that for a crazy ending, right? That's incredible. Look, King of Pentacles. You talking about being a business owner? You talking about making coin? You talking about avenues for wealth opening up, wealth and leadership, stability, generosity, security. Wow. Hello, nurse. Hello, hello. What's up? Thank you. What up, St. Louis? Another Midwestern. I appreciate you. We're having a surprisingly surprised kind of day. You get an opportunity to, like, have you ever thought about going 1099 and becoming an independent contractor? We love to negotiate with you to keep your services. This is one of the ways we figured out that we would be able to facilitate this if you're open to it. We were like, shit. As a matter of fact, yes, my spirit had been having me think about 1099. Do we not only think about it as, on the Tears and We Tour show, like Tears and We LLC, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. But to provide what we do professionally as a service, is something that we've always thought about. Because you know how you do something and you go into companies and they end up having you fix shit that other people done fucked up, and then you start thinking about, we always been into continuous process improvement. So, right, how do we improve? 1% a day. 1%. You find those ways to improve your metrics 1% a day, then you talking about 365% improvement in your business annually. So yeah, we have that value business growth mindset, an abundant mindset. How do we get better? How are we more effective? How are we more efficient? And we take that into anywhere we're providing our service, and that's how we employ it, right? So for them to see that and offer business an opportunity to turn the thing that we thought of, I don't know how many years ago, like, It was just like, wow. It gave in that really like that thing where we've been talking about, like how your thoughts crystallize into habit, right? What are the habits? And I think Veronica mentioned this in one of her readings for somebody yesterday in her, I said Aya. Did I say Aya or Veronica? See, that's crazy. I can't even remember. But Veronica mentioned something about um, habituate, and she used the word. I'm sure specifically she said habituate, and we were just reading in here, right? Training the mind and the laws of the universe. If y'all can remember from last week, we were thinking about how, I think it was even in this book, As a Man Thinketh, right? Like when you think something, and that's what your mindset is trained on. Like our mind is set on continuous process improvement. It's set on value mapping and value creation and streamlining and efficiency. You know, that's how we think. Everything is like a way, a pathway of getting better, faster, increasing your velocity, improving your acceleration, right? Those are all the things that we want to know. How do I get my abundance to come in? How do I do it faster? How do I get better at it to the point where you are instantly manifesting? Like the thing that you think about, it appears like that. So you have to get fast at it. You have to be swift. You have to be very efficient, very lean, right? And people don't think about themselves as the business. No matter where you are at, no matter what you are doing or who you are doing it with, partnering with, you are the business. It's you. You are the asset. You are the value. You are the product. You are always negotiating for you. So even if you go to, I wouldn't care where you work at. I've done everything. I've done fast food. I've worked at Tubby's, Submarines. I worked at Wendy's. I worked at fucking Chinese food restaurants. I worked at, I've done janitorial where I freaking pull trash and mop cafeteria floors. I have done robotic welding and shit like that, and worked in the plants till I got hearing loss in one of my ears because we worked in the plant. I've done so many different things and worn so many hats. But the one thing that has always been consistent is the way we think about work, how we think about service, and how we think about growth. We always dissect whatever it is that we're doing and find the best way to do it. If I'm mopping cafeteria floors, shit, you talk a Ford plant and you talking about a cafeteria that feels like it's half the size of a fucking football field, how the hell are you mopping that bitch 3 times a day after every meal, right? So it was like, you got to figure out a way to be efficient at it. How do you move through each section, get it all done so it's clean, it's dry before the next time, right? It's away. It's definitely, yes, you are your own LLC, CEO, CFO. Everybody talk about standing on business, but nobody really, not nobody, because it's a group of us. You know, that's who we talking to. Though we too understand this mentality, or you on the way to getting it, like that seed is in your heart, so let's grow it, right? You are the business, just period. You are the business. So if you're going to stand on business, that means that you are, you know, standing on self. You understand that you are the product. Now, how you are operating, how your business is running, is indicative based on your mindset and your actions. What are you thinking that crystallizes in the body, back to that point, that turns into your habits that you do on a daily basis? It is how you approach everything. Again, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So if you do everything with a scattered energy and you're not fully in it, you're not focused, you're not putting the time and dedication or the learning to get it down to a science, you're not going to get it. You're just not going to get it. But if you are the type of person that I wouldn't care whether if I was pulling trash, if I was mopping floors, if I was in a plant doing robotic welding, or if I'm in the bank doing mortgages, or if I'm in my profession that I work in now, Either way, I approach it all the same. Tears and We Tarot Show, we approach it all the same. We're going to figure out not only what we're doing, learn the skill, hone it, practice it, get it down to a science. We're always going to be reviewing and reflecting, taking notes for improvement, iteration over iteration over iteration. How do we get better? How do we get faster? How do we become more clear, more concise, making sure that the audience is understanding the message, they're getting the GPs? How do we stay more engaging? What is the content that they are engaged in, or do we even care? We do, we don't, because it's whatever the Spirit said. How do we improve our connection to the Spirit? How do we decrease confusion or the static in that communication so that we can get it clear, and then we can harness the energy and put it out clearly? All of those things matter. So everything that we do, we approach it with the same type of mindset. Of course, we tailor what we're doing to the thing that we're doing, but either way, it's still the same process. The way you do anything is the way that you do everything. You will get the results that you're looking for if you are persistent and consistent and looking to improve over time, beloved. So, all that to say, we always count. I think it was like 2017. I went to my supervisor at the time. We were still working at the bank, and I told her that I quit working. she she looked at me and was like, "What? Are you just gonna walk out of here? We need you to be here." I'm like, "No, I'm not going anywhere. I just said I just quit working. Like, I don't work for anybody." And she just looked at me like confused, like she did not get it. I said, "I provide services. I'm a service provider. I don't work for anybody. I provide services. I bring forth value." Right? And it's a difference in the mindset. People may think like, "Oh, that's just like, a pretentious way of saying it." But no, it is a mindset that's associated. If I consider myself just as a laborer working for somebody else, right? Then I could be, "That's the sound of the man working on a chain. Gang." That's what I hear. But if I tell myself that I'm a service provider and I provide value, right? That the value that I provide people will contract for, then I've just put myself in a whole different mental arena. It's a different way of thinking about it. I wouldn't care. Now I'm in a relationship with whoever I'm contracted with. I'm negotiating what I bring to the table. My value was coming with me as an organization myself. And now I'm contracting with, ABC Bank, and Lati, the corporation, is negotiating with ABC Bank to bring a contract where you're gonna provide me this, and for this provision, I'm providing you this service. It's a difference. I go in thinking, we think about what is it that we need, not just from an hourly standpoint, like just a worker, but what is the total compensation? What is the total package? Like if you're going to, and that's why I said it's crazy, because the Spirit had already put us in the mindset. What is it? We're going into 2026. This was 9 years ago. We started thinking like this. So that's a 9-year cycle that you're releasing, right? It's something changing. So, and it's definitely leading to this position, King of Pentacles. So when the Spirit started changing our mindset to think about us as the business separate from any entity, first of all, these motherfucking companies, they love you while they got you and you are doing the thing that you do. But baby, when it comes to choosing between you and they bottom line, 13, who the fuck you think they gonna choose? Okay? Between you and they bottom line? No. Okay, human resources don't work for you. They work for the company to protect the company from things. So everything is about protecting the company. So if you are putting your loyalty in organizations that could choose to, they're going to choose their bottom line over you anyway. Why would you choose, put yourself up underneath that? I'm going to just work for them. No, I provide the service. We contracting with each other. And I understand that this contract is at will. When your will change, it could change. And when my will change, it could change. I'm always thinking about what is in our best interest, period. Because if you don't put yourself like that and you rely on another company to do that shit, you will be sadly mistaken. I done been through too many. I have sat there in a room where people like on pins and needles, the layoffs are coming, the layoffs are coming, and you feeling like and hoping that they're gonna have some sort of, sentiment. What is it? I can't. They won't even let me get the word out. And I know as soon as when we watch it, it'd be like, oh, that's what you were saying. They don't have no loyalty to you. That's what I'm getting. They don't have the loyalty to you. They don't. They have to do what they have to do. And the people that have to make those have those conversations, because they're not always the ones that make the decision on who to keep and who to let go. But it's like, habla español un poquito. Okay. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Dónde está? Nothing? Okay. Curious, right? Why would you come in here and ask if I speak Spanish and then don't want to talk back? Anywho, curiosity. So, curiosity is coming through. You're in Wisconsin, I'm in Michigan. Yeah. Estados Unidos de Michigan. Exploration is here. So, I feel like if and I'm bringing it back to self because that's the testimony, so I don't want to get off of that, but it's given like this transformation and the ability to become independent and explore more options could definitely open up more pathways. Instead of being able to contract or negotiate with one company, I could contract and negotiate with several companies, right? And so the earning potential could be even greater than what we've already experienced. But it's a lot that go with that. It's like taxes and Medicare and Social Security and your own 401k and investments and medical insurance and dental and all these other layers. Those are the things that's like so it's definitely like one of those things. But a spark of curiosity is urging you to explore new ideas and new directions. It's definitely giving that spark of curiosity. And considering that this is a spark of curiosity, y'all see how that is? Curious. And then we see this. Curiosity. You were talking about a spark of curiosity. You are eager to learn and uncover new truths. Stay open-minded and explore ideas, but balance enthusiasm with thoughtful reflection. That's exactly the vibe right now, y'all. Exactly the vibe. Yeah, see, you gotta file taxes on your tarot income. It's exciting, but it's something, it brings forth that nervousness. And we were already thinking, like, we know a person that's in our network, in our circle, that is a businessman, and he's successful, and he has his hands in a couple different things. He does, I think he owns a couple small companies into real estate and a lot of things that we kind of thought about going down that road. And so we did put something out like on our Facebook. Hey, thank you so much for tapping in, special. To see, because we were in a lot of groups. Like, we try to put ourselves in a space where we want to be, right? We love doing the service because we want, whatever the spirit is bringing through us got to come out. It just got to. They told us, you will serve. When we were resurrected, we heard, you will serve. Okay? So that was just it. We know that's what it is. You will serve, beloved. That's what I heard. So, look, independence, y'all. Independence. Look at this energy coming through. See, like, Veronica, because you have to meet a certain income in order to have to pay taxes on that income. And when you exceed that level and you're like, oh shit, we exceeded the income threshold now, we're making this money. Yay, we're successful, it's coming in. but it's all the other layers that's associated with it. It's the business side of putting forth the service, right? And we always must be focused on the business side. Somebody is getting ready to transition into business. They're going to be very lucrative, but it's like getting your mind and your heart and everything like, shit. It's almost like being afraid to take the reins. Like when you finally get in and you're in, you have the reins and it's like you got to get ready to. It's almost like this. Like you sitting in the seat in the carriage. Your two horses are right there. You probably got it's a leader right here on the side, and you got the reins. And it's like when you go up like this, and you're getting ready to pop them down so that the horses could take off and the cart could move. It's like in this space of lifting up. It's like this. I don't know if I'm feeling fear, surprise, anxiety, exhilaration. It's like the combination of emotions coming in, and it almost feel like taking it back, lose your breath type of energy. I heard Destiny's Child, make you lose your breath, type of energy. Like, oh shit, it's really happening. It's like getting to the top of the fucking roller coaster and you coming over that top and you like, oh shit, we getting ready to fucking take off. And before you know it, boom, that bitch is gone. And it's like you gotta hold on tight. You don't know whether to scream, laugh, like all these emotions coming in, everything is whizzing by. It's given. It's given a lot of energy. Surprisingly surprised. Something major for somebody is coming. Yeah, like if you make $400 all year, you have to report. Yeah, that's wild. It is. Sadness is coming through. So this could be somebody's dreams. Like we've been feeling dreams. So I don't know if somebody's been dreaming. Dreams have felt sad. If you were sad in a dream, or if somebody just have been dealing with the emotion of sadness, right? I know we were kind of dealing with a little bit of emotion as well, because you don't know what you don't know, and anytime you're in an influx and you don't have clarity, you can go through ups and downs and through many emotions, right? So anybody that could be facing a potential layoff, it's been heavy in the country, right, with the government shutdown and people going through that, employment insecurity, employment insecurity, financial insecurity, not knowing how things are going to work out, so you could have experienced some sadness. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may, like, for us, we could feel it and we didn't want to deny it. Like, oh man, I feel that energy. Let's transmute it into security. Let's transmute the sadness into security. Let's transmute it into more power. Like, I do know that I can learn, right? I can study. I may not have any control over the decisions that are going to be made outside of me, but I can control what I'm putting inside of me. I can control the knowledge that I'm consuming. I can control how I'm utilizing this time to grow more skills, to employ new ideas, like do things different, shake it up, to get better outcomes, again, to create value. And so sometimes it's all about how you use this energy. Sadness is a thing you need to accept and open up to, like why is it there, and get into it, but then transmute it, use the energy, change it, right? Because this sadness can be transmuted into a surprise. And we've been talking about opposites this week, right? How do you take trauma and transmute it into testimony and help it, like help others? How do you take your pain and transmute it into purpose? Right? How do we use the low points and the energy of it, the heat, to rise, beloved? How does it feed the spirit? Is what has been given us. So this sadness could definitely turn into a surprise for somebody. Right, it says sadness is not eternal. It is the key to unlocking soul wounds. This dream, if you're dreaming of sadness, or if you're, feel like you're in a dream state right now in life and you're experiencing this sadness, it says it's encouraging you to accept and release past pain, giving yourself the time and space to heal so you can welcome in renewed vitality and a new reality. See, with this death card, sadness is going to ensue. Like, don't they go hand in hand? Right, they do. Like, there isn't a time where something ends that sadness is not present. Grief is always present with gratitude. If something made you happy and you were connected to it and it transitions away, you're going to feel a kind of way about it. You just are. You're going to feel a kind of way. But what do you do with those feelings? Right? Feelings create, more thoughts. You're thinking about how you feel. And those thoughts also crystallize within you to create habits. So how you feel can dictate, or impact how you think, and how you think impacts how you move. What habits you're creating. If you're a person that is definitely deeply sad and you never transmute that energy, that sadness creates sad thoughts, which creates depression. It creates a feeling of unworthiness, of hopelessness, right? Where you don't move, and your habits are like, I don't want to do anything or act on it, or why? Because nothing turns out well. You've already decided, you acted on that decision, and then the what comes into your environment reaffirms that mindset. So you stay in the loop. But when you understand that every ending comes with the emotion of sadness, you're going to grieve with transition because you feel a kind of way about it. But when you look at it, when you accept it, when you reflect on it, and you allow the energy to be changed, to renew you, to want to remind you that it's present because you cared, because you felt something, and to not close your heart off to feeling. It's a way, again, for you to give yourself space and time to heal from that release, to be ready to get the new surprise. When something ends, there's a beginning, and you don't know what the beginning is going to be. It could be mysterious, it could be sitting in the unknown, and it hasn't revealed itself to you quite yet. And so, therefore, the revelation is a new surprise, it's a gift. Bellissimo is what I just heard. Somebody could be Italian, or you could really like that. But it's given like it's going to be so good. It's given this. I don't know why I'm feeling Italian. New York. Italiana. That's what it's given. I don't know why. I'm seeing pasta and vino. A good glass of Italian wine. You're gonna be celebrating. It's giving like somebody going out to dinner to celebrate something nice, like a cool, nice Italian dinner with good pasta, and wine. And it's giving very authentic. So shit, this could come together for somebody where you fuck around and take a trip. You talking about being independent, King of Pentacles, being able to explore the world, go to places that you've never been, places that you've only dreamed of, right? It's giving dreams coming true. Like I said, the spirit put us in the mindset of entrepreneurship 1099, like we are a service provider back in 2016, 2017. So it's been at least 8, 9 years since we were put into that mindset. Now today we got a call on the very same thing. 1099 contract, contractor. Essentially making me an independent business owner, the ability to open up opportunity, not be cornholed into just one company, but I could service them and I could service others too as well. So somebody could definitely be called into service. Believe in your own guidance. Be, feel, receive abundance. All that you desire is achievable. And we started to be this like service mindset, service oriented, again, like I said, almost 10 years ago, beloved. Even more than that, we thought about what we were providing but we still had that worker mentality, not like a service provider mentality. And in my opinion, is different. Yeah, yes, yes. That's like one of the mindful messages, you know, watering your dreams, Miss Monica, and you can water your dreams with tears. You can. You know what I mean? It's like water is water. And your tears are powerful. It's not just like the same as the rain that comes out of the sky. Your tears have that essence, like it's coming out of you, is from this soulful place. And the thing that you are crying about, you know, that pain, what is it doing? What is it showing you? What is it watering for the future if you allow it to? I attract prosperity with ease. I constantly receive incredible gifts from life. Somebody is about to get a very surprisingly surprise. You're going to get a surprise. You're going to be surprised. I say yes to opportunity and abundance. Opportunity is coming. So stay open. Right? Stay open. Anything else in here, Spirit say no. Stay open. Listen to your guidance. Right? It's always, everything starts in the mind. Everything starts in the mind. Right? Everything is conscious. Well, we know it comes from the spirit. We're not saying just that. But it's like the way that you think about something, so shall it be. If you think that there's opportunity, if you think that the world is open to you, if you think that all of this creation and abundance was made specifically so that the Most High God could place you in it, so anything that you need is already present, your abundance, your resources is always with you, you probably only really need to claim it. It's like having money somewhere that you never claim. You know, claim your abundance, state it differently. Profess who you are in your positioning. Like, this is my birthright. I have an allotment, and I claim my allotment. You know what I mean? And watch how the universe responds to bring you in surprises, and you didn't even know that it was coming. Mirror, and look, magic. And that's definitely the same kind of frequency resonance, right? Heart energy, throat energy. Proclaiming it, professing it out of the mouth. And it is the desires of the heart. Right? Don't let your words reflect what is around you, right? Because, well, one, it could. So, two ways to think about it, right? It's a paradox. You could think that there's nothing around you because of what you see when you look outside your window. If you see green grass or brown grass, right? Picket fence or barbed wires, you can just lift your head up. You know what I mean? Lift your thoughts up and keep raising them higher. It's all about how you think about what it is that you see, what you are experiencing. Some people have a defeatist or victim mindset. So no matter what they see victimization, beloved. And some people have a very victorious, growth abundant mindset. No matter what they see, no matter what their situation, they see opportunity. Every challenge brings change. It's an opportunity for change. And it's all about how you can embrace that change. So we work on our inner environment. In order to change, see my life on the outside, I need to change on the inside. Once I am open to change, my exterior reality will begin to mirror these new shifts. You will be able to see your magic, is what is given. And see, together, I'm getting back to back. Like, there is support there. And it's like you may not know exactly where the support is coming from. And that's what we were getting. Like, people who do shit the way that they do anything is the way that they do everything. You are value orientated, like abundance orientated. People will be getting your back. Your name will be circulating in spaces that you have no idea that they are having these conversations. So be careful of projecting energy. If you don't transmute this sadness, you could project that heart energy out and you will speak it out and you will be putting that out into the world. You will start to see the product of your own projections coming back to you, weak. If anything, project the sentiment that all is okay, that everything is well. All that I feel is okay. I hold myself through in love, through the unsureness, through the worry, through the doubt, through the anger, through the fear, through the anxiety, through the rejection, or even when I feel overwhelmed, I still tell myself all is okay. Everything is okay. Right? I am thankful to feel the full range of emotions that I do. I'm thankful to feel the sadness because every transition is going to make me feel a kind of way. Death, every ending is going to make me feel a kind of way. That change that we saw is going to make me feel a kind of way. But I see rebirth here. And because there's this rebirth, right? Rebirth, because of all of this, at the end of the day, the rebirth is here. I know that all is okay. I can get through it. These emotions are the very contrast. And that's what we were getting, contrasting emotions. Whether it's trauma to triumph, right? There is a process from moving the energy from trauma to triumph. What is that process, right? These emotions are the very contrast that leads me to my higher expansion. When you come out of trauma and you lead it to triumph, then you throw that hand up, you testify, you be I do see witnessing. I give my testimony. I be a witness to the glory of the Most High God that brought me through it, that took me out of it. I went through the trauma. It sustained me going through it and all the way through the process of triumph. And I'm going to tell you how I did it. What happened? I want to give you the encouragement. It's definitely that. So we're reaching out in our network to speak to other people who have gone 1099. What is the inside scoop? What's the inside track? I could read everything on the net, right, in terms of what are the specifics and the particulars to do it and the technicalities, but I want to understand real life experience. What are the things that people ran into that they didn't know about and how did they overcome it? Yeah. Emotional healing. Every time I hear you say when you write that, I just hear emotional healing. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's raise up tonight. Remix energy. Veronica says holding others' contracts versus upholding your own. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? This feels, yeah, lots of sitting with yourself and in your spirits. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of emotional healing. It's a lot of personal, spiritually person. I can't even separate spiritual and personal because spiritual growth is your personal growth, right? It's growing you as a soul, as a person, an individual pixel of the Most High itself. And then we have professional development that goes along with that. Because as your spirit is really rising up within you, the desires of your heart are going to reflect what's in your soul. And so it's going to raise it up. And if you would be daring enough to speak it out, to express it, to write it down, to journal it, to make it a goal or a commitment, yes, it's like you don't know what the spirit will release out onto you in terms of growth of opportunity, right? Opportunities for more growth. It's like focusing and having the confidence to do it, to know that you are enough. When you look in the mirror, you know that you are more than sufficient, more than proficient, but you got to make sure you are managing your energy. Don't let anybody distract you. Don't try to drag anybody along with you on your new adventure, right? Like, you might not be able to go, right? That might is like the balancing. It's like justice because everybody doesn't have the same mindset. They just don't. You can't connect with a person that doesn't have a growth mindset, and that's what we talked about. Some people have a victim mindset and some people have a victor mindset. You put yourself in a room with people that have that mindset. If you are a victor and overcomer, you know you are triumphant over any trauma, any trial that you've been through, then you put yourself in a room with people who have the same mindset as you. They are all overcomers. They are all victorious. No matter what they went through, right? That just gave them more experience. That's it. And that experience is valuable. And you use it to create value, beloved. Why do you think every job wants somebody with experience? And it's a certain number of years of experience. Like once you get to like that 10-year, 12-year, 20 years of experience, your ass is on senior level. Like you a subject matter expert on that shit. And they get paid different because of the experience that's in that thing. It brings value. So never discount the other things that's like that's the real shit. That's the we can't replace that. We can't go out there in the market and just pick that up. Because people that do what you do and the way that you do it with the amount of experience and the value that you bring will have them talking about you in rooms and having conversations that you don't even know about. You want anything else out of here? Nope. Do everything with the same mindset. If your mind is a little bit fickle and you go between like victim and victor, work on tuning it to victory. Work on tuning it to victory. As you sit here under the sound of my voice, anybody else's voice, whatever you went through in the past didn't take you out. It didn't. Even if you are going through the transition, if you are in this phase, know that it can be the seeds, the opportunity for something major. Right. Sometimes, like when people are even on a job hunt and they can't find anything, it's like, damn, I've been looking for months and I can't find shit. I can't find shit. The spirit could be telling you they want you to go independent. They could be telling you that it's something that you can do, that you can market, that you bring a value that people will pay for. You could be called into service in a whole different arena and not really recognize that's what it is. Yeah. But people get stuck when they cannot adapt to change, when they don't accept change, when they are a resistor, right? It's multiple types of change agents. Become a change agent, an agent for change. Be an innovator, using your ingenuity to drive change, right? There's people who drive change, they innovate. There's people who get on board early with the change. Oh shit, that looks great, so I'm gonna buy into it early. There's people who be like, hey, have to wait and see how shit play out. You know what I mean? Like somebody innovated something, people were getting into it, investing in it. Now I'm gonna watch and observe and see how it worked out. And if it works out good, then I'll join in. But then there's people who are absolutely resistant. They will not change for shit. It's not about waiting to the last minute and seeing how it plays out. It's the fact that I just don't. I like the shit the way that it used to be, and I'm not changing a damn thing. How much opportunity comes to those who are resistant to change, who refuse to change? How much, opportunity actually comes to them? I think about, and not to be funny, but I think about people who are in dying industries because the world has moved on, innovation has taken place, and they don't, is there something else right here? And they don't want to change. It's a lot of people who feel like AI is the devil, It's people who feel like clean energy is the devil, right? They don't want to change with industry. But change is always happening. It is. So we're gonna get some crystal cards out, and then we're gonna get advice from the universe, and then we're gonna call it. Thank y'all so much for tapping into the lunchtime message. I appreciate you. Oh my God, Veronica says that came up in the late last night in the live. Don't spend a decade holding on to one of those people committed to stunting their own growth. Yeah, ring the bell on that. That shit is done. Order up, right? If they want to keep eating the same motherfucking thing every day, I mean, can you imagine being with a person that every day they want the same shit? It's the same thing. Now I can see like little Veronica, her little is highly allergic to a lot of shit, so she can only have a limited diet. But Veronica still finds a way to keep it fresh and fun within the limited things that they can eat, mixing it up, right? But right, but it's like, how do you be a person when I promise you, like, even allow your child, they just eat macaroni and cheese every day. They don't like change. They don't want nothing new. Because a lot of people are not groomed to accept change, to prepare for change, to be open to change. One of the ways that mom groomed us to be open to change, which was through food, is that if it was something new, we had to try it. We had to try it. It wasn't like, oh, I don't like that, and you've never tasted it. No, she would not allow it. We had to taste it. If we didn't like it, then we didn't have to eat it. But we can't say we don't like something that you've never tried, right? It's not a true assessment. And oftentimes you would try it and it'd be like, oh, it's good. It might look funky, it might look different because something that's unfamiliar. But when you try it, you might actually like it. And if you don't like it, then you know that you don't like it because you tried. Nothing, you can't fail when you're trying. You only learn. So she taught us that lesson very early to try and to be open to change. Yes. Hey, Elise. Oh, look, love, compassion, sincerity. I don't know how to say this, Crystal. I'm sure you know how to, Veronica. Rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite. It is, it says a crystal fact, the largest rhodochrosite ever found. The Alma King is about as big as a football. And that's funny, because who was here when we said we used to mop floors, the cafeterias back in the freaking Ford plants back in the day? You know what I'm saying? Look, y'all know what it is. Don't look at my hair because we from the D. So Motor City, we used to work in the Ford plants doing janitorial work, and we used to mop fucking cafeterias that was big as a fucking half a football field, and we had to get very proficient at doing it. And it's so funny that the crystal, the fun fact is, one of the biggest one ever found is big as a football. So I'm just saying that's funny. But look at the layers. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. It's just so many layers. And it's all the layers and the complexity that just make it so much more alluring. It's almost like the magic. It's very majestic is what I'm feeling. And it's the layers that's in it. Right? It to me it's like each layer does have some sort of information or just a certain it's like a feeling. It's giving me like a vibe. It's giving like the experience of nature and how all of this was just laid down. It's giving like a layer over layer over layer over layer over layer. And it makes it very intricate and very unique. And all of the layers, just to me, it like provides to its value. It's a part of the whole, is what it's giving. Yeah. And I'm saying love, compassion, and sincerity. And anytime you love something or you have compassion for it and things transition, you're going to have sadness. It's going to hurt. You're going to feel a kind of way. You're going to have emotions, especially if the connection was sincere. Like it was a real thing. You're going to feel a kind of way about it. Hey, Broham Seeking Knowledge, the podcast. That is Mr. DeMarcus Brewster. Welcome, bro. Long time no see. I appreciate you. We are doing well. We actually were thinking, we speaking testimony to Terrell about an opportunity to become an independent contractor to start a business. So we know that you are a businessman. He is an author, several books, some on Amazon, Kindle, availability. He also is an amazing podcaster. We've had the ability to co collaborate with him on his show, Seeking Knowledge, the podcast, everywhere that you can listen to podcasts. Yes, confirmation. Just an amazing person. When we talk about testimony to Tarot, or just using those testimonies, how you go through trials and tribulations and that trauma and changing and transmuting that energy into triumph, into success, into victory. That person right there, Mr. DeMarcus Brewster, Seeking Knowledge, the podcast, is one of those individuals. His first book is like one of those biographic types of work where he talks about his track, and it's just amazing. Please, y'all, if you have opportunity to tune into his podcast, please do. Look, arrogance, diamond energy. Oh, the cleverness of me. I just have to say, his podcast is very real, very raw. You know what I mean? It's just like us. It's that conversational, just hit it. And he has a lot of people on there from industry where, they bring good, insightful information. So check it out if you are, looking to get more. So I don't know what this is about. Harmony is over here. We got arrogance. And we talked about somebody that had like a God complex type of energy, like very arrogant, So, and somebody could be going through a phase in life that's a little bit humbling to let them know that the Most High God is still the Most High God. The Alpha and the Omega is still the beginning and the ending, right? So when we understand that, then we know that for one, everything is okay, right? We sit in our position as creation. We are the body of creation, the only begotten. We are all on the same level with this. And everybody is on their own unique journey, and they'll get it when they get it. So if somebody is plagued with arrogance, they could definitely be like getting a lesson from the Most High God to let them know that they are not above than anybody else. You're just not. Right? We see a temporary halt is coming through. Now and again, it's good to pause in our pursuit of happiness and just be happy. So, I don't know, because I don't feel arrogant in any capacity. I don't. If anything, I struggle with not bigging myself up enough, right? Like, sitting in the background or playing it small is what we personally struggle with, and we know that. But somebody else could struggle with arrogance or overconfidence. Like they may, it's giving nose up energy. Like they think too much of I don't know how you say that. Or maybe they have it's giving me God complex. And I have to go back. And I know it sounds like jumbly because the spirit is kind of stopping what I'm saying because they want me to say it what they said. Somebody is arrogant and they have a God complex, thinking that it is them doing something instead of recognizing that it is the Most High God working through them. In all things, it is the Most High God that allows us to do any and everything. Again, like we said, you can set 17 clocks, but it does not matter how many clocks you set. If the Most High God does not gift you with the breath of life, like you don't have that heart ain't beating, the breath ain't moving, you ain't doing shit. And I want to know who would think that they keeping their own heart beating? Who has the control to do that? Who would be arrogant? Somebody hot, you know what I mean? I don't know if this is a person that watches the channel or something like that, or this is somebody that's associated with the weed. I don't know, because it's like stopping me. The spirit is not giving me that information, and every time I ask, it feels like it's just like they're not saying. They just telling me to give the message. somebody either is associated around you, we around this channel. Okay, so it's somebody around the channel, but they got a fucking God complex. They think that whatever it is that they have been gifted to do, or the gift that comes through them, is them doing it, instead of recognizing that it is the Most High God that does it. It's something with taught in the language and how it comes out, that they are professing it as self instead of the Most High God that comes through and does it through them. That the Omega is doing it. The Omega did it. We recognize everything from a did standpoint. The Omega did it. If everything is done, the beginning to the end, and they already know, right? If we already victorious, the battle is already won, right? That's past tense energy. So the Omega has already done it. It's performed it. It was called, it was decreed, it's done, it's complete. So whatever you are doing, always acknowledge that it is the Spirit that did it through you, that gave you the ability to do it. They performed it. You didn't do shit. You didn't even wake yourself up this morning. So it's something about sitting in that place and understanding it when a spirit puts you in that seat. King of Pentacles, don't get arrogant. Don't ever get to the point of thinking that it was you that did it instead of the spirit that worked through you to perform it. And it's a big difference. Blindness is here. Topaz. Hey, she is. What up, sis? What up, beloved? Thank you so much. Oh, two things. Sis, I responded to your message on Facebook, so please, when you get a minute, let me know what your availability is, if we can do something this week. And Mr. Brewster, if you're still here in the house, yes, look, yes, you're here because you just said something. We are doing collaborations here on YouTube now, so we need to talk and see how we can get you here on the Tears and Wheat Tarot Show live and introduce you to the wheat field, you know what I'm saying? And like, you can really tell them, you know, your backstory. So, you know, it can do what it do. You know what I'm saying? You know. Don't be blind. There is none so blind as to somebody who will not listen. So if you are a person that has a hard time taking constructive feedback, or if you know somebody that has a hard time taking constructive feedback, this person definitely would be arrogant, they would be blind, and they could experience some sort of pause in a life. Maybe you need to pause on that person so that you can experience more happiness, and you're not beating up against a brick wall talking to a person that's arrogant and won't listen. Healing is here. See, there's definitely a wound, an ending with the Death card. It says the wound is the place where the light enters you, right? And for some, there's a card in the higher self. It talks about the wounding, and it said this is where the light enters you. But in the higher self, it's the wound that allows the light in you to come through. Right? Like when we are wounded and we go through these transitions and changes in life, it gives you an opportunity to let what's in you come out. So when you get hurt, how do you respond to that wound? How do you respond to this sadness? How do you respond to endings in life? Do you turn arrogant and refuse to see that the spirit is operating and doing something in your life, is bringing change, and that change is bringing you opportunity? Can you accept it with graciousness to move through the changes of life with grace? Or does people lean into arrogance, even telling the Most High God what should happen and what shouldn't happen? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why this happened because I such and such and such and such. What makes you so suchy muchy that you are not, you know, a candidate for life happening to you the way that it happens to everybody else? It does, right? So when change happens, then how do you roll with the change? If you can't roll through it with grace and understand that the Most High God is doing this so that blessings can be put into place, it could be what you need to bring forth the thing that you prayed for. Like the Spirit, again, 2017, 2018, that they put us in a service mindset. They were preparing us to be called to service almost a decade ago. 1313. right? 13, 13, Justine. I don't know why I just heard that. Mr. Malcolm came through. Her Justine, right? But you know, Theo had been humbled, right? Justine was like, I don't know, you got me fucked up. He had to come back crying, like, look, you. Bill was like, no, you gotta get into it. You gotta get it, open the door. It's cold. But it's given that because sometimes you will be calling out to the Most High God trying to get them to open the door. Hey, oh, look, I get it. Put away the arrogance. I release it. I understand that it is you that is doing all things through us, beloved. Use me, use me, use me. You be raising your hand and surrendering. Like, come through, do the things, order the things, do the things. Let's go find more things, right? It's definitely could put somebody in that energy. They could be, look, taking down a couple pigs. Please don't ever get to the such muchy. Just don't. Just don't. Right? People discount the pressure. If you are being made into a diamond, you gonna go through the pressure. You gonna get beat up. You gonna feel it. But it's all about how do you move through it when you feel it. How do you move through it? If you can't take the pressure, get out the kitchen. Thomas, we cook, let them cook. Can I cook? Cooks take heat, they take pressure. Have you ever been in the back of a 5-star restaurant and see what the fuck is going on in that kitchen? Shit! You talking about heat that people don't even understand. They don't get it. Woo, baby, let me cook. Y'all don't even understand what it takes to cook. It's measurements to this shit. Folks be out here just winging it. I'm just saying, it's levels to it. You can cook from the soul, that's not a thing. But if you're going to start up a restaurant, you got to know your measurements to get that shit consistent so it tastes the same way for everybody that you put it on a plate. It is levels to this. It's levels. And it ain't nothing wrong with being on your level, beloved. It's just not. You choose your level, which level you going to be on. And for real. And it ain't no thing. But never get it fucked up to think that it's you doing it because it's not. It's not. You sit your ass down here and don't do shit. Look, still in that magic. See, magic. It's coming through. You might have that magic, but you got to believe in you. Hope is here. Justice. Oh, shit. Okay, see this. Can y'all see this deck right here? You see this card? Highlight is here. Look at this. Hope. Same. Highlight. Hope is yesterday is history. Yesterday is gone. What did they say? Death. You can't go back and do shit about that. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. The present is the gift. Today is the gift, which is why we call it the present. How do you accept what's presently happening? Highlight, stay hopeful. The crystal fact, they told me to read perspective, compassion, which is a synchronicity, and patience. Be patient. Howlite is found in sedimentary rock, a type of stone that forms from slowly deposited particles, often left behind by water. So all of water, all the flow is leaving behind particles that build up over time. Those particles that were deposited by the flow could be your spirit, your emotions, take it how it resonates. But all of those particles that have been deposited, they come together and they form rock. It becomes solid. Solid as a rock. Boom, 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 boom. Allow the transitions. Allow it to flow. You never know what these situations are bringing into you. I see infinity with the ruby. Beautiful. July energy. I'm a July baby, and we love rubies. They're rare. Pearls. Pearls that come through like they create themselves as a protection, like to keep the mollusks from being hurt. But they're very valuable, right? And again, we talked about that fucking pressure. How you gonna become a star or a diamond if you can't stand the heat? Stars are born from intense heat 10 million kelvins. You talking about being in the kitchen cooking? What? Oh wow. So that's definitely like a synchronicity, Ms. Monica. How light might be calling you. Right? And we see explore. Exploration already came through in the card. So yeah, exploration. See? To explore. And that's the judgment. The judgment might be some sort of transition so somebody can go independent and explore additional options. And those additional options can lead to connections and contracts that'll lead you to abundance that you wouldn't have never had you stayed under working on a chain gang. I'm gonna have to go watch that movie because it's in my head now. That's what I'm hearing. So, if you are transitioning away from work, employment, things like that for other people, the spirit could be really sending you on a track to independence. You could become a business owner. We got 3 things. Things are going to be turned in your favor. People that were against you will all of a sudden be for you. Ideas, creative, and promotion contracts are going to come into your hands. What have we been talking about? Contracts, right? And people who used to be against you could all of a sudden be for you. So be careful with those people. If you frequently give yourself permission to doodle, wander, and be totally unproductive, and you actually relish such interludes, that halt, that pause that we saw, I can guarantee that your genius, creativity, and productivity will increase exponentially. So what is that saying? Yes, we do put the work in, we create value, but we saw that temporary pause, the temporary halt. Not trying to, continue to push for the next thing, but can you just sit in the moment, in the present, and experience your happiness, the emotion, the sentiment, the feeling, the vibe of now. And sometimes when you allow yourself to just be in the moment, right, to just doodle, let your mind free, like roam free, like it's giving brainstorming energy. Don't even try to just, hone or think through anything. Don't make it heavy. Whatever comes through, write it out. Sit there and doodle. You never know what that drawing turns into, what it ends up looking like something, right? It's going to increase your creativity. So just let your mind roam free a little bit. And it says, love yourself more by saying no to things that feel draining and a burden for you. When you say no, when you want to say no, instead of saying yes to please other people, that is a real act of self love. And I'm seeing that arrogant card again. So somebody with a God complex could feel like you just supposed to say yes to them anytime they fucking ask. And you might be like, if you feel like it's not something that you're supposed to do and your spirit is telling you to say no, say no. Stand up for you. It is an act of self-love for yourself. Anything else in here, spirit say no. We gotta split though. Love yourself by saying no. Y'all see us shuffle these cards and put them together, and then that split in the deck formed. And what did it say? Love yourself more by saying no to shit that feel draining, and it's a burden. Say yes when you want to say yes. If it's a no, if your soul say no, it's a holy hell no. Judgment. Right? People could pull you off your direction by redirecting or taking your energy, siphoning it, or you redirecting it towards other people and taking you off target. Fuck that. Mm-mm. Growth is here. Somebody is going through growth, right? And I thought we had a book that talks about the universal laws of growth. So somebody may want to get that. Yeah, they took us right to it. Thank you. So the invaluable laws of growth, right? So yeah, this could definitely be a thing for somebody. Live them and reach your potential. As we say, reach your potential, your destiny, right? Fate is like a strange, unpopular restaurant. Didn't we talk about restaurants? See, that came through for a reason. Fate is like a strange, unpopular restaurant with odd little waiters who bring you things you never asked for and don't always like. How you know what you like if you're not willing to taste it? You know what I'm saying? Some shit you know not to do it because you've seen other people do it. I don't need to put my hand on a hot stove to know that it'll burn me when somebody else just burnt themselves. You know, you don't have to do that. But look at this green. They wouldn't let me shuffle it, right? And look, fortune, King of Pentacles, fortune, growth mindset. So if this is what you're looking for, then get into the laws of it. You know, it could happen for you the same way it happened for other people, but a lot of times people not willing to do the work. So touch base with other people that are where you're at. I mean, not at where you're at. We said that wrong. Mercury retrograde is in full effect, y'all. So definitely you got to slow down and make sure the words are coming out because I'm hearing a trickster spirit, right? So if you are going to do contracts, pay close attention to them at this time, which is why we reached out to network to make sure we understand before we move forward, like get a real deep understanding. Then secondly, is given these growth laws will work. There's no person that has just a specific type of talent or skill that did not need to work on these values, on the laws, right? There is a law for all things. And some people feel like, oh, you just have to have money, you have to be in the right position for shit to pop off, and that is not true. If you are serious about your growth and your abundance and creating stability, this fortune coming into you, you must learn. You must learn. I'm hearing KRS1. You know what I mean? It's levels to this. And the more you learn, the more you grow. The more you know, the more you grow. I don't know why it's giving this nurture. So you have to nurture your shit. And the ending is coming. Right? It is. But we do see majesty that's here. It's giving, you know, King of Pentacles, Emperor, even kind of energy. And it's like conflict is here, deception is here. So pay attention at this time. We have the law of the mirror. And tell me, did we not pull the mirror card that talks about, you know, you mirroring, you know, that internal energy will mirror and reflect on the outside. Your external world will change when you change your internal world. And we see the number 45, which is the number 9. The principle is number 6. Look. You see that number 6? Practice small discipline daily in a specific area of your life. So I don't know if that's clear where y'all can see it, but it says, if there's an area in your life that seems overwhelming to you, health, work, family, or something else, try chipping away at it a little bit every day instead of trying to tackle it all at once. So your 1% tackling it every day is sufficient. It is proficient. It is more than enough if you are persistent. Because by the end of the year, you will have improved yourself 365%. That means you did that thing, you chipped away at it that 100%. You learned from it, you could use it to create value from it. Like that's 300% improvement. Almost 365. Come on with this thing. Since your self-worth is based upon positive habits, thank you to the Most High God, because if we did not spend a better part of this message talking about how your thoughts crystallize into habits that you perform out there, create whatever it is that you are bringing into your life. Yes. It says, since your self-worth is based upon the positive habits, actions, and decisions you practice every day, why not build your self-esteem and tackle your biggest problems at the same time? Don't fret or worry about it. Do something specific about it. Discipline is a morale builder. Boost yours by taking small steps that will take you in a positive direction, beloved. And with that, we out this piece. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for tapping into the lunchtime message. Hopefully, you got some inspiration, motivation to take some specific actions in your life today. Let's do it on a daily basis, 1%, so that you could tackle those large problems. We do see endings that they are bringing a new beginning, a rebirth that could turn into this right here. And if King of Pentacles is not anything but persistent, this is the most persistent, hardworking, diligent king in the whole deck. They are the one, the person who knows how to master their energy. Look, this right here, fortune. Yes. And it's all coming from, again, mastering your energy. Learning how to just do what? Be yourself, right? So if you have any fear, tell yourself the truth. You are a creator, a co-creator, and that the Most High God is working through you. Star. So yeah, can you get here? Can you do it? Absolutely. You're not fearful of the night. You are not fearful of the unknown. You are not fearful of the mysteries of life. If anything, you thrive on it. You welcome it. You see the challenges in your life as change for opportunity, beloved. And if you could do that and keep them scales balanced, you will see justice and magic in your life always, and make them wonder how the fuck you did it. Anybody that's looking at you any kind of way, giving you lemons because they feel a little bit sour, a little bit salty, transmute that shit into orange juice. They'll be sitting over there trying to figure out how you did it. They had too much of their brain burning up to come fuck with you, beloved. To the next now. I love you just like I love me. I got to go. I love you just like I love the AO that called us all to be the infinite intelligence breathing, because the word lives. And don't you let nobody tell you different. I don't know who it is that don't want me to say that. Somebody don't like that we say that the word lives. They don't. I don't know who it is. But if you don't agree that your word is alive and well, and that there's power coming off of your throat chakra, that life and death lives in the tongue, then you might not want to be here. I'm just saying, this is not the space. Because we are victorious and we can call and manifest goodness in our lives. We can. Therefore, the word lives. It is not dead. It lives. And recognize that your word lives in you. So be a good steward over what you say, what you proclaim, and what you profess over you. Call back your abundance. Call back your power. That's what we got for you. To the next now. Ashe, beloved.